It didn't have to go this way at all. That's the biggest tragedy of this whole story, isn't it?
Ooh, bacon.
Hey, greetings, Tasty Morsels. It's First BLT here. Welcome back to the channel. I'm about to watch the 4th episode of Three Body Problem, which is entitled Our Lord. So that clearly refers to the voice on the other end of the speaker, which I'm assuming is connected to this universe's version of the Ansible, some sort of like instantaneous communication device across the vast reaches of space. So the leader is talking to one of them, but maybe all of them somehow through that one, because there was sort of like an implication that they have at least some form of shared consciousness. So I'm thinking at this point that it kind of just means basically that what one learns or what one experiences, they all can share it, but it probably isn't instantaneous. It probably sort of ripples through their species. But that's why, like, you know, so much of their philosophy seems to be based around this idea that if one of them survives, they all survive. I'm also thinking that at this point that the game incorporated quite a lot of elements of their actual physiology. So I'm wondering if they have actually survived on their world for so long by actually going through these cycles of dehydration and rehydration, so that they're essentially kind of like is it salamanders basically or something like that?
Tardigrade?
Sort of almost like dying, but then you come back when things return to an environment that can sustain your life. Jen was admitted to the final level basically, and Rooney was killed because he was like, no, screw this. I don't want any part of it. And the whole time he was being murdered, Clarence was outside watching with his binoculars through the windows, the big wraparound windows, and saw nothing. So it's clear that they're not just manipulating, you know, footage on cameras. They're doing something beyond that, you know? My theory is that they're essentially manipulating higher dimensions so that they can basically just keep the lower dimensions from perceiving what's going on there.
想要对抗真理，有时你必须先拥抱真理。
我同意。
Okay.
但你想怎么？
So it wasn't lost on me that that Vera looked like she was mixed ethnicity. But yeah, I did eventually put 2 and 2 together that these two were her parents. I mean, obviously, she was her mother, but like, you know.
Hey.
Yeah. Does he know?
You were in Oxford. Yeah, I was.
Trying to decide if his face is the face of someone who's about to deliver bad news.
You okay?
Yeah, he does know already.
Why are you here?
Yeah, okay, see what I mean? So she just turned to their side, but now she's not going to want to be with their side anymore because she just saw them murder her friend. They're making enemies.
Drink the vodka. I like those better than the vodka. No, drink the vodka. Drink it for real.
So what she was working on was a threat to them. Probably because it can cut through anything. Oh, I'm so embarrassed that I didn't realize what was going on in that scene when it happened. I was like...
You are made of stupid.
Vasanti, I think they're real and they're coming. I know it sounds insane.
It's not insane. It's the only thing that makes sense.
Yeah, seriously, the freaking universe blinked on and off for you guys.
I don't know how to fight aliens.
Neither do I, but guess what? The people that work for them aren't aliens. I've been fighting people my whole life. So have you.
I still think it's sad that the default position is assuming that we have to fight them. But look at their human representatives. I mean, they're definitely acting like they're working for people who have to be opposed.
We found him. Panamax oil tanker. Hasn't delivered oil in 40 years.
Is he looking right up at the satellite?
Mediterranean Sea, 200 miles north of Alexandria.
Alexandria, Egypt, or Alexandria, Virginia?
Mediterranean Sea, Mediterranean Sea, Mediterranean Sea.
Oh my god, his boat is called Judgment Day. Well, he's got himself a regular little commune. Nothing ominous about that. It's interesting that he locks the door.
What do you know about the summit?
They?
Your enemies. They know where you are.
Your enemies. See, this is again what I mean.
Don't
like,
be afraid.
If they
Nothing will happen to you.
If they hadn't contacted Misanthropes
Not to any of you.
at first, they
We
probably
will protect you.
this would probably have gone down very differently.
That's better. It's nice to see you smile.
It's nice to see you smile. Wow, what kind of awareness do these people have?
Think there's anything we need to get rid of before his family gets here?
Like what?
I don't know. Sex toys, happy pills, vintage porn.
Anybody who knows me should be prepared for anything they'll find in my place if I die. You shouldn't have to hide anything from the people who truly know you.
What do you think? It's handcuffs? Anal beads?
Trying to lighten the mood. Something like that is something special to him, yeah. Man, good old Polaroids.
I'm not a spy, or whatever you are.
We know where you're heading. We'll be close by, watching and listening,
Yeah, but dude...
making sure you're safe.
You're gonna be trying to protect someone from people who can blink out the freaking universe.
Do you think they're in contact with aliens?
You don't need to believe in Santa Claus to believe people give gifts on Christmas.
That's a really good way to put it.
Do you believe in Santa Claus?
Ho, ho, ho.
How messed up would it be, though, seriously, if everybody's going on a war footing and the aliens do arrive and they really are just like, we're here in peace, we're your friends, and they actually mean it and everyone just starts shooting at them.
Why does she remain in the house when she knows the wolf intends to eat her?
She doesn't know. A wolf is pretending to be the grandmother.
We do not understand.
Well, he's dressed like the grandmother. He's wearing her clothes.
Yeah, but it's still a wolf.
The wolf has communicated with her.
He has.
Then how does she
If
not
he
know?
wanted to achieve his aim of eating her, why did he communicate with her? After he communicated with her, and she learned his intentions, why didn't she run?
Because she didn't learn his intentions. He was hiding them.
I like this. This is a really interesting way of us understanding what they are, how they think.
Pests are destructive insects or other animals that attack crops, food, and livestock. Your enemies are human.
Yes. Yes. Well, you see, what I was doing there, I was...
They're very literal-minded.
I was using a metaphor. I was describing them as pests because, well, that's what they are.
The Santiden are basically a species of autistic people.
Like bugs you can squash under your shoe.
You're teaching them all the wrong lessons, dude.
Can't you ever say anything that you know to be false? Can't you lie?
What is known is communicated as soon as communication takes place.
So okay, so they have a sort of an updating consensus.
You do this? You lie?
Well, I try not to, but, yeah. Yeah, we all do sometimes, one way or another.
And the wolf, he is also lying.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I suppose he is.
This could have been avoided. It didn't have to be a confrontation. They just spoke to the wrong freaking humans.
Now, the wolf, the grandmother, the Little Red Riding Hood, none of them exist.
So the story...
The story is a lie.
It is a lie about a liar?
Yeah. Yeah, I suppose it is.
That's so sad. That's so
Consider
sad.
this.
My lord.
It didn't have to go this way at all. That's the biggest tragedy of this whole story, isn't it?
That's why you need us.
They communicated with the wrong humans.
We can help you.
Humans who've taught them all the
Help
wrong
you understand
things.
us better.
No, dude, you just taught them that there were an entire
A liar is
species
someone whose
of
words are
liars
false. A liar cannot be
and
trusted.
bugs.
We cannot
pests.
coexist with liars.
My lord. My lord?
Shit. You've literally just taught them that we have to be enemies. It's all your fucking fault. God damn it, man.
Mistakes were made.
She looks like she could be Giancarlo Esposito's sister.
Welcome,
Get
Dr.
in.
Chung.
Never travel to another location. That's how not to get murdered 101. Never go with people to a second location. I have to say, one of the things I'm loving the most about this series so far is that it's an alien invasion story that's really about humans. It's not really even about the aliens.
I want to know why the universe works the way it does. I want the big answers.
If anyone knows those answers, it's our Lord. Yes.
And
I trust in our Lord.
They didn't have to turn them into a freaking religious thing. It's probably not even what the Santi wanted.
I don't know.
I am honored to introduce the founder of our movement, our reason for hope, the cause of our salvation.
It's going to be Ye and Shi, right?
Who now?
Dr. Ye Wenjian.
I knew it. And because she hated humanity. But the thing is, though, I don't think she's the one that taught them. She hasn't been the one that's been talking to them this whole time, I don't think. And filling their heads with all these weird notions about what humanity is like. Though she probably is hoping that they'll wipe us out.
We've been controlling what we see and hear.
So how come they'll let us hear this?
They're no longer worried about what you find out.
They travel to us at enormous speeds, but it will take them centuries to arrive. 400 years.
400 years.
So they're not super luminary.
In history.
Oh, shit. They're pushing at a high freaking rate of speed, though. Interestingly enough, though, I think we have the technology to do 4 light years faster than that. I think just over a century at
the gift of
maximum
our world,
theoretical
so
thrust
that they
that
can
would
do
be
with it what we could not, so that they can mend
safe to accelerate and decelerate from, I think. You know, they haven't done anything that you've seen and hear that they can be arrested for.
Stop! Do not resist. If this is happening, it is our Lord's will. Please, sit down.
I get the feeling that Pretty Crazy Girl is actually capable of doing something right now, because she looks like she was about to try something.
Come on, let's get you out.
I'm genuinely surprised to see her use a gun. I didn't think she needed guns, to be honest with you. Wow. These people are fully prepared to give up their bodies and their lives.
Come on!
This was a whole clusterfuck, guys. Did all this go down because our Lord has withdrawn their protection because of what they learned from Evans earlier? Or did we just witness the limitations of their power? Wow, honey, you are hardcore. Really dragging yourself through the freaking heath. Same book that was being read to our Lord earlier. Man, what a terrible way to explain things to them. Yeah, stories, they're lies, but they need someone who can explain to them that not all lies are bad. You know what I mean? They're essentially lies that we share with each other's consent for funsies.
I just wanted to check in and see how you're doing.
Yeah. Okay.
For now.
Maybe it should just be us chickens.
He's back at base anyway.
Augie could make us a famous Palomas.
This feels like something horrible is about to happen.
I have to tell you something. Something fucking insane, but true.
Jin, what's happening?
Just listen, okay?
All communications are traceable.
It started a long time ago. Before we were born.
Oh my god, is this a long time ago before they were born? 1984? I'm so old. Oh, I'm so old.
Why here?
No
International
borders, no
waters.
politics, no
It's
interference.
hard for people to work out the jurisdictional red tape to figure out who arrests you if they need to, basically.
Our
Though,
transmission center.
I'll tell you right now, if the U.S. government decides it needs to get rid of you, your international
Took me
waters,
8 years to receive a response last time.
a torpedo will find you.
It was so long ago. Sometimes I wondered if it was real.
What a shame.
It's real.
If only they had talked to someone else.
你为我们带来了希望。
Ectogamat! This must be the reason why he has a latch on his door now. Now someone has been extraordinarily renditioned.
They are coming. And there's nothing you can do to stop them. And when they arrive, you'll be so grateful.
That operation they pulled was just a complete clusterfuck. For one thing, if they wanted to take them all, they could have waited until they were actually on their way out. You know what I mean? Just grab them outside, and rather than busting through a wall and everything. I think they were probably going for shock and awe.
You're talking out of your ass.
Also, you don't extract your cooperating, informant and everything before the operation is finished. You treat them like they're everyone else, and then afterward, you extract them. That way you don't blow their cover. That was just funny to watch. The looming question still remains, and it was intensified there by Wenjie's statement at the end there, and her absolute conviction that only reason any of that was able to go down was because the Trisolarans or Santi didn't want to intervene. We've learned a few more things, so they're still limited, at least physically, by the laws of physics as we understand them in terms of superluminal travel. So they're traveling at a very high rate of speed, probably a significant fraction of the speed of light, but they're still not able to go at light speed or beyond light speed, which is why it's still going to take them centuries to get here. However, they're communicating in real time, and they apparently can affect reality from where they are in real time. I would imagine they're still probably at least 3.5 light years away at minimum. I'm guessing that the speculative physics that is at play in this story involves ways of breaking the information light speed barrier with energy, but not with physical matter. Though they do seem to be able to affect physical matter. So I'm just curious to see how that works out. Like, what are they capable of doing from such a great distance? And if we're going to get any kind of hints as to how they're capable of doing those things. Those two taught them the humanity, and granted, it's not like these things aren't true, but the problem is they're not all that we are. Yes, we are violent, we are hateful, we're spiteful, we're vindictive, we are deceitful.
You're not helping!
But we're also kind and generous and trustworthy and upright and courageous and helpful and all these other things, compassionate. We're not just these bad things that they've unfortunately learn. Not all of it was because of the misanthropy that I think is at the heart of these two. Some of it is just they did not know how to communicate with these guys. Like I said, I kind of noticed that you know, when they were asking about the fairy tale, that they are very literal minded, that the way they think is very much this is what reality is, and that's how we talk about it. You know what I mean? Like the concept of falsehood does not make sense to them, which makes me wonder if they have stories, because stories always involve some level of falsehood because you're making stuff up. So are all of their stories 100% factual? Like they're just, all they have are histories and not actual stories, which would be interesting in and of itself. But, you know, there is a way to explain these things to them that could have left them with an appreciation for the concept of creativity without concluding that it meant that ours was a species that fundamentally could not be trusted. I don't know. Thanks so much for watching this reaction with me. I really appreciate it. Hit me with like and subscribe if you're so inclined, and I will see you for the next one. Do your best to stay safe and be well. Bye-bye.
A liar is someone whose words are false. A liar cannot be trusted. We cannot coexist with liars.